Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Tricky Chess with Tricky Stany from Trickystan. I hope all of you are doing well. And first session was an absolute joy to watch. To learn how to trick your opponents was great fun. And today is episode 2. That's our thumbnail for today with the second episode. And guys, let me know if you can hear me well in the chat. Before inviting Stanny on the stream, I want to make sure that everything is perfectly set up. So okay, just refresh your stream if it hasn't begun yet. And so Stanny is going to teach us how to trick our opponents, and in the first session we had some wonderful examples, and today we are going to learn a bit more on that. And so, as everyone says that everything looks fine, without much delay I'll welcome Grandmaster Stanny on the stream. Welcome, Stanny. How are you?
Hello to all the Trickysans. Hi,
Trickysans.
Sagar.
Yes, I forgot to welcome them as Trickysans. That's nice. Yeah, you had to do that.
Yes, they are our beloved Trickysans. And Sagar, from the first episode, the response was so good.
Yeah.
I can feel that what director Rajamouli went through when he made Bahubali 1. So everyone was like, why Katappa killed Bahubali? What will be part 2, right? So I am like feeling that pressure already. Being the president, I have to take care of my country, but at the same time, I have to take care of Chessbase India people. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a huge task.
But you also have the right to admit Trickysans to Trickystan, so that's a lot of power as well. So nothing to worry about. If people don't like it, you can always say you are forbidden from Trickystan.
Yeah, Sagar, I have to address one important question here. As I said, like after Bahubali movie, the
I am
top question was.
getting a feeling this is not an important question, but yes, go on.
Yeah, you are right to certain extent, but not all the Trickysans. For them, it's a very important point.
Okay.
So yeah, after Bahubali movie, the top question was why Katappa killed Bahubali, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after our first episode, I received more than like 50 questions, and most were related to one topic: how to get visa to Trickystan. And I contacted with the embassy of Trickystan, and they told me, being a president, you can give them one important detail, and the detail is that they have to like video of all the 5 episodes of Trickystan. Okay. So once they apply for the visa, our embassy will first ensure that they have liked all the 5 episodes of Trickystan, which will show that they are interested to visit the place. Fantastic. So that's the first requirement.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So guys, first requirement to enter Trickystan is to like the video. So please do it right now. People are saying in the
guys.
chat, head of Trickystan has come here. Okay, wonderful. Yes. What's the second requirement? Are there more requirements?
Well, the more requirements are there. With every episode, I'll be telling one important detail.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how it goes. I will not give all the detail in one episode. Then they'll not come to watch third, fourth, fifth.
I have to learn from you, Stanny. Amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stanny, shall we begin?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So this is our second session with Stanny on how to trick your opponents, and the position itself looks very, very tricky on the screen. What's happening, Stanny? Can you tell us what is the task here at hand?
Okay, before jumping into this position, let me just tell you, our previous episode ended with a cliffhanger, right? Like I gave you a homework instead of solution, and the question was from a Ganguly's game, and this is not the same one. I want to show this one first, and then tell you the solution for the Ganguly's game for those who haven't seen that. Okay. Yeah, so now let's begin with this. This is a position which I saw in one of Jacob Aagaard's page. Actually, this is not done by me, or I didn't create this or came across just like that. I was just going through some of his posts, and this position caught my attention. I mean, it looks as if Black's king is right there in the corner, and it's going to be as if like it'll get checkmated in next one or two moves. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, totally cornered king.
Absolutely.
And yeah, since it was Jacob Aagaard, I thought there'll be some trick involved, and I started to think for a bit. And it turns out the position is not easy. So now let me challenge the all the trickysans out there. So this position is white to play. Think for a moment and try to look for more candidate moves and try to think what is the best move for this position.
Okay, so it's white to move here. Try to think of the candidate moves. In fact, we have someone who's already, Shivant, who has already given an answer, but I think there's something wrong with it. Stany, I'll just tell what he's saying. He's suggesting queen h3 check,
Mm-hmm.
bishop h4, and then he's saying
Mm-hmm.
g4,
Mm-hmm.
fg,
Okay.
takes,
Mm-hmm.
takes, and
Mm-hmm.
he said it's a mate, but actually it's not.
Unfortunately, there is queen h5. Yeah.
Yeah, this. But also I was thinking, can he not just go back here? Yeah, even that looks okay.
Yeah, but kudos to him to think like this. I think he's making a good progress towards reaching Trickystan. So you should keep looking for such imaginative ideas.
Some tricks to Shivant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, lot of people are interested in the move queen to g7. Oh, seems like they've all
Mm.
learnt some tricky
Yeah,
chess.
the first episode itself did some magic. Yeah.
Yeah. People are very
Yeah.
interested to find some moves like which are tricky in nature. Queen g7, but what's happening? Isn't it a free queen?
So guys, so what's happening after Bishop G7? What is the plan?
Yeah, what's the plan? Sumed says I was the first one to write Queen G7. Sumed, but what is the guarantee that you are right? So, but it's a very nice move. Very interesting. After BG7, what's the move? How does White win here? Yeah, everyone says King to G3, and that is
Checkmate. Yeah.
that is a
Perfect,
checkmate.
guys. Perfect. Unfortunately, that's not the answer. So Queen G7, I know that you're going to play King G3. So black will play Queen F2 here. And I'll just stop your threat.
Hmm.
And funny thing is, it is black who is winning now. He's close to winning.
Yeah, black is ahead in material, and now if white cannot, I mean, there's also a threat on g2 if you take on f8, so nothing
Yeah.
can be done.
Now it's like the queen is attacked on G7.
Yeah. Threat is to
So
take.
this is a tricky defense by black. Queen G7 is very good try. In fact, at first glance, it looks obvious that after Queen G7, it's going to win. But after Queen F2, actually, it is black who's going to win.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
So,
Queen G7 is not working. So guys, any other try?
what are the other options? Let's see. Is there any other move that is coming to your mind? Maddie X Raters, thank you for the love. Yeah, everyone says King G3 was a mate after Queen G7, but guys, after Queen G7, Queen F2 is very strong. So you need to figure out what are the other options in this position. Very tricky position.
Yeah, a lot of tricky defenses as well.
Henry Smith says rook into f6. Shreyans Agarwal.
Mhm.
Shreyans, you can't play a king to g1. That is covered.
Yeah, you can show them, Sagar. Just point it towards G1 square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is covered
Yeah,
here.
many will feel that King G1, but yeah, Queen is just right there.
Karthik S says queen h3, bishop h4, rook h6 for him.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I mean that you are just first of all Queen H3. There's always King G6, so that's one major problem.
yeah,
And yeah, even if I go Bishop H4, Rook H6, King into H6 is nothing. White has to struggle for a draw.
true.
Yeah, you're just a piece down.
So, queen, rook into e4 by Sarang Gupta. And
Rook into E4 also it's the same problem. After pawn into there is no mating net.
yeah. So rook e4,
Okay.
fe4, there is no mate here.
Yeah.
Queen
So
f3,
guys,
says Ahmed. Quite with an
Queen F.
exclamation mark.
So
Even
guys,
Rakshit
this is
says the same move.
white to play and win with Queen F3. You're helping black to win. So
No,
being tricky, you should not be very generous. So
they were thinking, I think, king g3, bishop h4, and then mate like this. But guys, you can always just move
that's
back.
yeah, and you can shake hands.
So this doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah. So guys, Queen G7 was the most trickiest move there, but it's not working. So our main problem is we cannot move the king, yeah. And in fact, when I was thinking on this position, I considered one more move, which is Rook to D1,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to at least infiltrate via D6. But then Black just goes, Black just goes Bishop D5, and he's just fine. Rook E3, Bishop E4, and is in the game.
Yeah. So rook e3, bishop e4, and black is surviving here.
Yeah. Sagar, what do you think? Any other move comes to your mind?
No, I
Or
mean,
you were also thinking Queen G7?
I'm looking at options where, if the queen moves away from this diagonal, I can move my king. So that is definitely
Mm-hmm.
sure. If the bishop moves away from here, I'm looking at queen g6. So I'm looking at something where, I should give the move to my opponent, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about this.
Mm. Guys, what Sagar said has a point, and our theme for this and the next question belongs to the same category. It is something to do with reverse psychology. Like you should just think, if I cannot move any pieces right now, can black do anything? So just try to think in that way. Black cannot move the bishop from h4 because there is always queen g6 checkmate. I mean bishop from f6 if you move I have queen g6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you play a move like uh, bishop d5,
Yeah.
yeah, now I think my rook is back in the game. I can even wait, for example, rook a6, something like that. And black is not making any progress.
So is this white to play and win, right? This position.
Yes, it is white to play and win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after rook a6,
Hmm.
I mean, if I come back, let's say bishop e4.
Yeah, so basically the point which I'm trying to make is black cannot make any progress in the first position. Yeah, so now let's go to the initial position. So if you don't move the bishop, you cannot, I mean, maximum you can move the bishop. The queen on c5 has to maintain the same diagonal. So it has only two squares, a7 and c5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it cannot make any other progress apart from that. Rook cannot move from f8 because then if you move rook f7, I have always move like queen g8 now. then you cannot play queen f2 because queen into f7 is a check.
Right.
Yeah. So if you think like that, black has ran out of almost all the moves. Uh, and this is where the white has a very strong move. White just plays a4.
Yeah, this has been suggested by many of the viewers here. Now, Shiv Shom said so. Also, Govind Amil Kantwar. Nice. Strong players. Nihilesh said A4. Ahmad also mentioned A4. Fantastic, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that you guys got this move. I thought Stanny would have to show it, but already many
Yeah,
people
that's
in the chat found it.
mm-hmm. That's really nice. Yeah. So after a4, actually black is in a zugzwang.
I can't believe
For
it.
bishop
First of
d5.
all, yeah, bishop
Hmm.
d5 one
I
more.
think for bishop d5, Sagar, I just forgot when I said rook a6. I mean, it still maintains, but the easiest solution is just rook e3. Yeah, and now I'm blocking the diagonal. I'm threatening king g1 mate.
Oh,
So that
that's the
was
threat. That is the threat.
yeah,
And bishop
yeah.
h4 is also met with
Just met with king g1. Yeah, this is very nice. Yeah,
beautiful. And if you can't go queen e7 because you just lose
because
the
of rook.
queen, and yeah, you can't protect this bishop. Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, rook e3 is
yeah. So
beautiful to cut the diagonal
yeah.
off.
So that's the point, guys. Apart from queen a7 move, black doesn't have any move here because rook f7. Now I go queen g8. Yeah, Sagar, you can show that. Yeah. See, last time you guys tried queen g7, but after queen f2 there was no check. Whereas now after queen f2 there is queen f7 check,
Hmm. Right.
and also you are threatening king g3. So rook g7 is just lost. Ah, by the way, you can show that Sagar. After queen g8, rook g7 instead of queen f2. Rook, yeah, here rook g7 is just mate.
Take this, yeah?
Queen into yeah, yeah.
Take, and king g3.
Then yeah, you get your idea. So that's the point, guys. After a4, it's a beautiful zugzwang, and black has just one move to play queen a7.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I think it's quite simple. I mean, you should just play rook to a6. There is
Nice.
no immediate checkmate here because as long as queen is on that same file, uh, the same diagonal, white cannot play king g1. But any other move, like if yeah, as he showed, if queen a6, there is king g1 mate.
Yeah.
So black is again forced to play queen to c5,
Hmm.
and you take the a pawn, rook into a5.
Okay.
And after now only one square, queen b6. Now you go rook a6. And funny thing is, black cannot play any other moves.
Yeah, queen c5 is
Like
forced.
queen c5, you go a5, and this is just winning.
So actually you took away all the squares on this diagonal. So now the queen can't
Yeah,
stay there. The bishop anyway
yeah,
couldn't move because of queen
mhm,
g6. This bishop
yeah.
can now move, right? For example,
It
bishop
can go to d5 or something. Now white just goes rook b6. Now we have one more potential threat of playing rook b2 to rook f2.
Oh.
And I mean, you can do all these things, but if you just find that the starting position a4 followed by capturing that a5, I mean, that's the solution, entire solution. You can check this with engine. Computer completely says white is winning after this whole maneuvering of rook a6, rook a5.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
No, this
So
a4 move,
a4 is
how can someone find this move?
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I also couldn't find at first glance. Like I had to spend a lot of time. Then I hit upon this idea of reverse psychology, where I was like, okay, since black cannot move anything, what can white do? And then, I mean, this is how you hit upon such tricky moves.
So can we put it this way? If you want to find
Mm-hmm.
tricky moves, you give the move to your opponent and see what he's going to do, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
find some tricks over there and then make your move accordingly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually very similar to the concept of prophylaxis. Like we always ask, right? Like what my opponent wants to do.
Right.
But that's in a positional way. But there are many positions where it is full of action. And that's the time when you have the control. That is also a good time where you should just look for a way to, think about like this. Like, can my opponent do any progress? If not, let me just make a waiting move so that he doesn't have any other options.
Okay.
So that's how this reverse psychology works. Yeah.
One of the questions by Chinmay Naik
Yeah. So
says,
now let's go to the next question. Yeah.
he says, what about King H3, Queen H2, and King G3? Seems like a long maneuver.
It's a long maneuver and it will take years for you to checkmate black. So by the time you do that, Trickystan would be fully populated. So you may not be the first one to arrive.
Nice one. Yeah. Well, it is like also one more I can I can say something more specific that when Queen H2 comes here, Black may just end up with Queen F2 and then you may not get your plan. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
shall we go to the next position, Stanny?
Yeah. Before we go to the next question, I have a question for you, Sagar.
Okay.
From the land of Trickystan.
Okay. Nice.
Do you follow comics, Sagar? Like DC, Marvel? Do you know any of those characters?
Yeah. I know them, but I may not be an expert at that. But I'll try.
That should be fine. Okay. So my question to you, Sagar, and to all the viewers, which character from DC universe
Okay.
would have the best time in Trickystan? Remember DC universe. For example, DC universe has Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. There was this movie, right? Like some Justice League, which had all these. So that's basically DC universe. So tell me one character from DC universe which would have great time in Trickystan.
Okay, so who is the superhero? Yeah, from the
I'm
DC
not saying
universe.
superhero, just a character. Like those who have seen movies, yeah, will understand.
Okay, let's see. Some people are saying I'm a Marvel fan. There's one guy.
Of course, for Marvel fans, I'll ask you a question in the next one. This is for DC fans.
Okay, so Joker, the Riddler, Aquaman, Thanos, Doctor Strange, Flash. No, come on. Batman, Deadpool. Has anyone given the right answer?
Yeah, one guy has given.
Riddler. Riddler is the answer, yeah? No?
Joker.
Joker is the right answer. So the right answer was given by Murugan, Kaivalya, Harshit Singh, Vinayak Ved, BFF Jashan. Okay, a lot of people got it. Vansh Kamdar. Great guys.
Yeah, the reason I brought this topic is, we are going to check Ganguly's game next, right? The homework which I had given.
Yeah.
And right now, Ganguly is also streaming video, guys. For those who don't know, Ganguly is doing a video with Hari Krishna, and we both are streaming at same time because we didn't know the timing. So now I want to tell you one context, metaphor which suits this situation.
Okay.
Like, have you seen Dark Knight movie, Sagar?
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Favorite, yeah? In Dark Knight, eventually, Joker will, in the climax, what Joker basically does is puts bomb in two different ships, yeah?
Yeah.
And gives the detonator to both of them, and he will have a bomb. Right now, our situation is same. Ganguly's audience is in one boat. Our Trickysans are in another boat.
Okay.
Time is the joker here. You cannot see both at the same time. So you'll have to choose one.
Oh. And what is the solution? There is no solution. Basically, Joker puts you in situations where there is no way out from it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So time is the joker here, guys. Only solution is once our video is done, please go and raid Ganguly's home.
Don't say
Sorry,
raid.
not home.
Don't say raid.
Not home.
We will do
The
it.
raid.
We'll do it in a nice way at the end of it. But right now, let's focus. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So
Yeah. So now coming back to the position. So guys, last time, yeah, we had stopped at Rook G3, King H7, right? So can anyone tell what was the solution?
Karthik S has already cracked your next time. It says if DC then Joker and if Marvel then Doctor Strange.
Yeah, somewhat. But still, I mean, that's not the only question. I'll have more. Don't worry, Karthik. More coming to you. More questions on the way.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all Dark Knight fans, yeah. All right. So here after King
So,
H7, it's white to move here, and this was your homework. Let's see how many have done. Shiv Shom has done the homework. He's found the move.
mm-hmm,
Rajat Chakraborty also. Rajat has found it,
mm-hmm.
and Nihilesh also. Giannis Kotlas. Fantastic.
Guys, please don't write the solution if you have already gone to see Ganguly's video and then write solution here. No, you should have thought on your own. So only those who have seen this for the first time can write. Others, don't be very tricksters.
Yeah, I mean, everyone found A4, I think, based on what they learned from that study, it seems.
Could be a point.
That seems likely. So, Rook, yeah, I think knight d5 is suggested by Rakesh Magesh. He says you go with knight to d5.
Okay. So guys, this video, like this game is very well explained in Ganguly's channel. So I'm not going to tell you all the variation, but yeah, I'll just explain to you briefly like what happened in the game. So Ganguly says knight d5 was his first instinct because the point is after knight d5 there is rook g7, queen h6 mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after knight d5, the problem is black goes rook g8. Knight d5 first. Yeah, rook g8. Yeah. Now the most obvious move is bishop f6. Yeah, bishop f6 or knight f6. Both are same. Yeah, bishop f6, knight f6, gf6, rook h3. Basically, you are threatening a mate. The only move to defend the h6 pawn is to go rook to g5 and queen h4. Now you are threatening queen into h6 mate, and this is where he showed a very nice defensive technique, like Ganguly. He says in his calculation he found rook into g2 and king into g2. The point is there is queen d2.
Yeah.
So this was the problem, guys. For knight d5, there was always this queen d2 trick. So that's the reason he didn't play knight d5. Yeah. Yeah, now guys, if you see that Ganguly's video, the topic we just spoke about, he also says exactly same thing. He says in this position, I was just thinking and I could not see a direct way to work out the mate. Then I was thinking, what can black do here? The knight on f6 cannot move. The bishop on e7 is basically defending d6 pawn. The knight on c5 is somewhat misplaced, but if you move, then b7 pawn is hanging. So knight on c5 is also very well placed in a way. And queen on a5 is a bit oddly placed, but it doesn't have a proper square to go. And the moment you move rook from e8, it doesn't have a file. And rook on f8, if you move to g8, there is always bishop c4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So almost all black's pieces are jobless. And this is where he hit upon the idea of the move a4.
Wow. Wow. He played this in a game.
He did.
Wow.
In fact, I was also equally impressed. And he says objectively this is not the best move because computer says with d5 black can try to hold on. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, there is some sort of defense like this, but I'm not going to show you fully like what the problem is. There is some tactical idea behind knight d5. There is knight c e4, I guess. Yeah, and the point is after rook into g7, king into g7, queen e4. I remember him telling that the trick here is the move king h7.
Oh.
Yeah, the point is when you take bishop into f6, there is always bishop c5 check. The pawn was on d6. This was not working.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, this was some sort of computer defense, which I don't think is very practical when you think. Yeah, but apart from that, like other than d5, his opponent actually collapsed right away. He just didn't know what to do. He just played a bishop d8 and queen into d6, knight a4. Now comes knight e4, very nice move.
Yeah.
Bishop e7.
If you take here, then I think you're just
There is
losing
queen
this.
f8. Yeah, and the finish was very nice. So guys, here his opponent played bishop e7. What do you think should white play?
Okay, white to move and win here. Find a move
Yeah,
for white.
for those who haven't seen, definitely try to write your moves.
Kaivalya KS says, "Oh, okay. Ayushi made an amazing sketch of Vidit before going for her surgery." Sure. Okay, I will definitely have a look at that. And of course, Ayushi is an amazing person. One of the most special persons on this channel. She's a viewer, Stanny, and she's battling
Mm-hmm.
cancer. And she has found that chess streams help her very much to stay in the best
Wow.
mind frame. So before going to
Wow.
surgery, she just right now made a very nice sketch of Vidit, and brilliant. Thanks, Kaivalya, for mentioning.
That's so nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Aishi will be given visa immediately. Whenever she applies visa to Trickystan, she'll be the first one to receive.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, Rook G7 is suggested by few players here, and Man Saxena, Sachin Saju say Bishop F6.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Rook G7, I think, is winning on the spot. What Ganguly played was like artistically, it looks even better. So Bishop E7.
Okay, Bishop.
Bishop into F6. Yeah. Bishop into D6. Now he took Rook into G7. King H8. Yeah, guys. Now what's the tricky move here?
Okay, white to move here. Man, this is not easy. White to move. Try to find a good way to mate your opponent. Wow. Wow. What a beautiful line. Someone's asked. Himanshu Mishra is asking, is Tricky Stany his real name?
Of course, I won't lie.
I think Stanny, no one's going to know your real name after this show. You know, like everyone's going to call you Tricky Stan. There's no
Yeah.
way. What is Stanny GA? GA has gone now. Only
GA,
Tricky Stan.
there is no existence of GA. It's only tricky.
Okay, Windmill says tech with, but how to execute it? Very nice.
Hmm.
Arun Takode, Rajat Chakrabarti, Shiv Shom, all of you. So rook f7 or moving the rook doesn't work, yeah?
Yeah. Basically, after Rook F7, there is King G8, Rook G7, King H8. Now, whenever you move the Rook, I have Rook into F6 shot. Like
Yeah.
for example, let's say you play Rook G6 check, there is always Rook into F6. So you may have to end up taking a draw with Rook F7.
Yeah, this might be the best you can get here.
Yeah.
And also moving backwards here makes no sense because I don't see any way to. There may be, yeah.
No, there won't. I think moving back is not the best way.
I was thinking of check, takes, and mate here.
Yeah, but the problem is I'll go king g8,
Here
and
itself.
I don't know how you'll give a checkmate.
Yeah, not
Funny
easy.
thing is, if you go rook g4, I have h5, and black wins.
Amazing.
Yeah. So guys, there's only one move which wins.
Yeah, knight g5 has been suggested by several people.
Excellent. So the point is you are threatening rook h7 and rook h8 mate, yeah. So if I play something like queen f5, yeah. Now the point is rook h7, king g8, and rook h8 mate. Yeah. So this is looks very nice, yeah, Sagar.
Fantastic. I
Yeah.
guess the even more prettier line is after hg5.
Yeah. That's what happened in the game, I guess. No, I think he resigned probably after
No,
knight
he
g5.
played knight g5,
Ah,
bishop h2.
okay. That was last desperate attempt, and you just go king h1.
If you take,
There's the queen e5 check, no?
check, takes,
Yeah.
and he wants to do this.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then still unclear.
Still, yeah.
Maybe winning, but okay. Ganguly just moved his king here.
King, yeah. And resign. Yeah, the point is after h5, there is rook g5, king h7, and rook h5. Yeah. And this loses.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Guys, this position I moved a bit faster because a much better explanation is given by Ganguly himself in his video. So you guys should check that out. Yeah.
Okay. Before moving to the next position, Stanny, Shiv Shom has a question. Where is Trickystan located and how to apply for citizenship?
Oh, citizenship may be a bit too early for him because you have to be born in the country. As I said, the location is right next to Wakanda.
Wakanda, okay.
Yeah. And there is also a neighboring country called Wadia. You can Google it later.
Wadia. How do you spell it?
Yeah. Wadiya or Dia, something like that. Wadia.
Okay. Wakanda and Wadia, and between that is Trickystan.
Yeah.
So either you are born there, but of course you are already born, so you can't go there. So the only way is to apply for citizenship.
You guys should apply for tourist visa. First, come and enjoy the country, and then you think about citizenship.
Okay, tremendous.
Okay. Yeah. Before moving on to the next position, Sagar. So I have a question. Which piece do you think is the trickiest in chess?
Knight,
This is to all of you.
knight. Without doubt. You know, I just
Without
can't
doubt?
control the knight in my games.
Okay. What about audience?
Let's see. What about? They are all saying Wakanda and Wadia. Okay, I am the dictator at Wadia, says someone. Okay, basically, guys, what is the trickiest piece on the chessboard? Knight. Oh, there's no one else, yeah? Everyone thinks it's the knight. Let me read
That's
a
it.
few
Everyone
more.
thinks it's a knight.
No, let me.
I was actually expecting some people will say queen, bishop, and
Pawn. Until now, only pawn and knight. Someone also mentioned ghoda. Pawn. Knight is the trickiest. Knight, pawn, king, queen. Okay, you have everyone. Rook.
Okay. So every piece is included.
Yeah.
Good. Our audience is not partial. They like everything.
Yeah, they like everything. Queen also came in. So, but I think knight is in the majority.
Yeah. I think, guys, you ask anyone, this would naturally come fast. Yeah, this answer. Knight is the trickiest piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next three portion which we are going to look involves knight, but not it has something to do with knight near your king territory. That will be the focus.
Okay.
So knight in general is a tricky piece, but it will get even more trickier when the knight is in the radar of your king. So that's the time you'll have to be more careful. Or if you are on the other side, you should always make sure your knight goes towards your opponent king, and it can create wonders. So this is the trick we are going to see now.
Okay. So guys, whenever
Okay.
you have knights, if you are moving close to the opponent's king, the knight can be very powerful. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the position which came from Stenit's memorial, which happened just a month ago. Yeah.
Okay.
And white was Buxianzi and black was Geoffrey Xiong. So Buxianzi is a Chinese player, 2700. Geoffrey Xiong is a young prodigy from US who is also 2700. And they were playing this. And if you look at the position, it's completely lost, right? Because black is just an exchange now.
Yeah. Seems straightforward.
There is, I mean, white will gradually grind it and he should be able to win this.
Correct.
Yeah, and here Geoffrey played knight to e3.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Buxianzi, I don't think he was in time pressure here. I was watching this game live, and he just played one bad move and fell for a very nice trick. Uh, so, guys, you can write what would you play here, which would win. What
With
could be
white.
the winning move for white?
Okay.
Yeah, with white.
So
Actually, there are many moves. With white, just make a guess. What would you play?
many moves win here for white, but find maybe the best move. What you would play here.
Yeah. Suggest any move which wins, basically.
So white to move. I am thinking of moving the knight from c3 because that activates my rook. Something like knight e4 looks like an option.
Mm-hmm.
Although rook e1 also doesn't look bad.
Hmm.
Adarsh Kumar says rook e1. Sachin Saju
Okay.
says h3. Nihilesh 94, Sumed 94, knight d1, h4, 94, rook e1. Yeah, a lot of people suggesting knight
Okay.
e4.
Yeah. So, yeah, all these moves win. Yeah. Like you said, knight e4 wins. I think rook a1 is very natural. Even h4, which someone suggested, should be good enough. All these moves are winning. And yeah. Here, I think Buxianzi just thought that f4 pawn is a bit, can be attacked, right? And also your king is not in the game. So I guess that was his point behind the move he played. So he very quickly played g3. And now, guys, you guys have to suggest what is the trick which he missed here.
Black to move, yeah, now?
It's black to move, yeah. So find a trick in this position.
Okay, black to move. Yeah, now the knights actually show their trickiness in full glory. There's one knight here
Full
which
fledged.
is very close to the king. You have another knight here. Let's see. Chinmay says instead of g3, I would have played knight d1 asking for an exchange. Yeah, I guess that was a good
Yeah,
idea.
that was also working, I guess. Yeah. I mean, basically, Buxianzi played the worst possible move in this position, which was g3. Anything else would have won.
nd3 suggested by everyone over here. Is this the right move, Stanny?
So nd3 for rook a1. What's the answer, guys? What's your point?
nd3. What do you do for rook a1? nf2, nh3.
Perfect. Yeah, so for all those who found this, great. So this is what he fell for. Knight d3 check, king, and this draw is very nice. Yeah? Have you seen this kind of pattern,
No, no,
Sagar?
no, never, never. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
Two knights controlling this, one knight controlling these two squares, and from h3, let's say, let's put the knight here. Then this knight controls these two. It's really pretty. You needed another knight
Very
to checkmate,
yeah.
but two knights can draw this.
So this was very nice, and something funny happened in this game. So you can go 2039 knight d3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is this was online game, yeah, and Boxianzi played rook e1 here. Now, I don't know if it was mouse slip or he purposefully felt very bad falling for this trick and might have just given up. You never know. So he just played rook e1. And the funny thing is, Jeffrey Young didn't take knight into e1, after which he was just winning.
He had made his pre-move. He was like, I'm
Yes.
going to make a draw.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to make a draw. So he just played knight f2, knight h3, and they took a draw. So these are the funny things which like happens in online chess only. I don't think this ever happens in real over the board. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if Jeffrey wanted,
So
Bu Ziangzi wanted to win, he could have played rook f1 here and would have won the game.
yeah, that was actually a very nice idea. I wish he had done that.
Because it was a pre-move. Yeah.
Book was not very tricky. I mean, this was rook e1 was a nice trick, but rook f1 was a better trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right. So
Nice
that was the
example.
point. Yeah. Now let's move on to my own game,
Oh, nice.
where I was
Nice.
almost about to be tricked by Mr. Lalit Babu.
I think this is the first. No, we saw one game last time with you and the Greek GM. Yes.
Yes. It was yeah. What was his name? Iona Dimitrios. Some Dimitrios. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is now your second game that we are looking at.
Third game. Third game. I showed my game against Stephenson as well, right?
Yeah, Stephenson.
Stephenson
Stephenson,
that
I
rook ending.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, every episode I will be showing one of my game so that I would have either used the trick somehow or my opponent would have used the trick on me. Either ways, you will learn something. That's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. So here
Yeah.
it's Lalit White against Stanny.
Yeah. Yeah. So this happened in last year Riga Open Blitz event. So this is basically a Blitz game. And one fantastic thing which happened in this game was, in this tournament was, there were like, I think around 10 Indians played there in that Blitz tournament. And the field was quite strong. They had 2700s and many 2600 GMs. And players like Lalit Babu, Vishnu Prasanna, and many other GMs were there. Shardul Gagre, all these guys were there. And it was finally won by Shardul Gagre. He won that Blitz tournament. You know, Indians dominated that tournament so well. After I think at the beginning of the round, the top 10 seed, I assume only two Indians were seeded in top 10, something like that. And at the end of the tournament, the final ranking, top 7 players, I think 7 players out of top 10 were Indians, and
Wow.
first place also was won by India.
I remember
Yeah,
writing
so
a report on that. Yes, and Shardul had
you
won.
did, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this was a very nice performance by Indians in that tournament. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So here I was paired against my own Indian fellow Lalit Babu, who many of you might know. His rating in this tournament was around close to 2560 something, and the position got totally messy. And I am black here. Sagar, I think you can flip the board. Okay. As you can see, his knight is right in front of my king. And I am also going for his throat with queen d2 check. But he has already rook on h1. So his attacking power is much better compared to mine, but it was totally double edge. So I have just played Queen D2 check, and he played King F1 here.
Okay.
Okay, guys, here's the question: what do you think is the best move for Black in this position? This has nothing to do with tricks. I'm asking objectively what should be the best move for Black.
Very difficult position, yeah, because
Yeah, yeah.
king is kind of exposed. There is e7 pawn hanging here.
Rook on H1.
Yeah, rook is looking down here.
Yeah.
What to do? Yeah, f into g6 is doesn't work because this pawn is pinned. Carlos Aguirre Fernandez says, is he Vishy younger? Younger Vishy. Yeah, he looks a lot like Vishy Anand, yeah? That's what even
I told
Stanny
you
said.
that like I have gotten this comparison at least some 20 times by now. Probably because I just think it's something to do with because I play chess and I wear specs and all. But yeah, this comparison I've got a lot of times.
Now that you say, I started thinking that way. Until now, I never thought you looked like Vishy.
Yeah.
King g7 is mentioned by Goldie Arora. c2 by
Mm-hmm.
Swapnil Rawal. Queen d3 by Anirudh. King
Okay.
g7 by Ashutosh. e6 by Akhilesh. Yeah, Rook
Mm-hmm.
a7 by Varad. Too many
Okay.
options. Yeah, like this
Guys,
looks so
guys,
complicated. So many options.
it's extremely complicated. You guys have to note one thing that my rook is attacked on f8 as well. So it's not like if you play a move like random move like king g7, I will just take knight into f8. So you need much more than that.
Hmm.
Okay, so in the game I played c2, which we'll come to later. Yeah. According to engines, the best move here is knight d7.
Okay.
And you know, Sagar, the evaluation engine gives here is 0.00.
Really. Maybe it wants to make a
Yes.
draw like this.
Yeah, you can either take a draw. It also suggests a move like rook d1, queen b2, and it's very complicated, but it's very interesting position. But yeah, objectively, it's like after taking knight e7. Yeah, knight e7, king here, maybe knight f5 first, or yeah, it's more or less same thing. Yeah, and now if you want to continue, even rook d1 is something you can play, but still, it engine says this is equal.
Okay.
Okay, but okay, during the game, I didn't understand head and tails of this position. I wanted to look for tricks, and I played c2.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we like. That's what we love. And but you have actually opened up somehow this square for the queen, yeah?
Which is what is the drawback of c2.
Hmm.
So that was not the best move. In fact, after c2, computer says white is just winning.
Okay.
Yeah, but guys, you have to realize this one point. You know, when it comes to tricks, it's these moves are not objectively the best. Like as I shown in that Ganguly's position, a4 was not the best, but it worked wonders.
Yeah.
So tricks cannot objectively be the best move, but if used at the right time, it can give you the best result. Yeah, I mean tricky moves. Yeah.
So let's take this
So
first,
yeah.
yeah?
Yes, which is what he did. Very natural move. Knight e7, king g7. He went knight f5 check. King. Yeah, here if I go king g8, the problem is after queen b2, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, let me go for a king march. So I took king g6. He again went queen b2, which is also a good move. So
Still
far, he has
threatening.
played well.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
threatening a
So I
lot.
had to play f6. And whenever I play move like c1 queen check, he will just exchange everything, and he's a pawn up in the end game. Objectively, he's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after f6, he went rook h6 check, and I played king g5. Okay, now guys, a question. There are two moves here. One is to go rook h3 and give a check via rook g3. The other move is to play rook h7 and try to give a check via rook g7. Which one do you think is the better option?
Okay. So white to move rook h3 or rook h7. What's your choice here? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, please remember first very important thing about entering Trickystan is to like this video. So make sure you like it, and also at the end of this video, we're going to tell you something very interesting about what Stanny has made. There's something that Stanny has created in the last few days. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to speak about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so for all those who are interested to get visa, one important must thing to do is to like the video,
Yeah,
showing that you are interested to visit the country.
fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
so rook. Everyone says rook h3.
Uh-huh. Okay. Not a
Oh,
single rook h7
no,
guy?
no. There are many rook h7 as well, but the majority is rook h3. But rook
Okay.
h7, some strong players are also mentioning rook h7. Of course, I don't know exactly who is mentioning rook h3 and rook h7 because many answers. But I
Okay.
think
What do you think, Sagar? What's the best player in the commentators right now
no, no, no. There
thinking?
must be stronger players than me. Um, I have a feeling that rook h3 looks more to my liking, keeps everything solid, comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Rook h7, I don't see what's the threat, like because if you give me there's king h4 and g4 mate. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, checks are like both ways possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but once rook comes to g3, then you're blocking the g pawn. Suddenly
Yeah,
beginning
but
to
here
think.
I can go rook to g8. Like I can stop your check.
Okay. Yeah. So perhaps rook h3?
Yeah, Rook h3 is what Lalit also played in the game.
Okay.
But according to Engine, Rook h7 was the best move here. And you'd be surprised to know the evaluation changes drastically. It says after Rook h7, it's like close to plus minus like 4 point something, and after Rook h3 is like plus minus 1 point something. So there is a drastic difference.
Okay.
Yeah, Rook h7, Rook h3, and computer says after Knight h4 he was close to winning.
When? Knight
Uh,
h4?
Rook h7 instead of Rook h3, Rook
Ah,
h7.
rook h7, rook
Yeah,
g8.
and Rook a move like Knight h4 here is very good for White. Apparently, it's just winning.
Check
Yeah,
in.
but anyway, let's go with Rook h3.
Okay.
Yes,
Seems like some
yes, guys.
important moment, yeah, now.
Yes, yes. So, guys, can you find a tricky move here?
Black to move, black to move. By the way,
Actually, this
guys,
was my trick behind c2. Yeah.
Stanny, right now is like a chess moment, yeah? So Surya is
Mm-hmm.
streaming. We are streaming. And
Mm-hmm.
also Vidit is streaming. So
Wow.
it's like all chess moment of streamers.
Yeah. Great, actually. Great time for. I think chess has benefited more than any other sport during lockdown. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone's begun to share their knowledge, either play online. So many things
Yeah.
happening. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, time for trickiness. Show your trickiness here and black to move. Oh, Mask Rapper, Ajay Beradia both found the move that I think Stanny made in
Mm-hmm.
this game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Varad Valde has found it. Rook into A2 is suggested by everyone.
Okay. Everyone.
No, Queen D1 check by Prajwal and Indrajit. Anant Narayanan Rook into A2. Chinmay Naik Queen D1. Gaurav Pandey Queen D3. So mainly it's Queen D1 and Rook into A2. Oops, sorry. These are the two moves. I think we just lost Stanny for a bit. Let me just see if everything is okay. Some connection issue. But I think our stream is going fine, so maybe some issue at Stanny's end. Have to check out. Ah. So, Stanny will be back, guys. Until then, what is your move? We'll wait for Stanny to join back in. Stanny is calling. Let me check.
Hello?
Yeah, Stanny, is everything okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I got disconnected, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, something happened at your end.
Okay.
Let me see if things are back to normal again. Yeah, okay. We have you now on screen. Okay, guys, Stanny is back.
Are we back?
Yeah, back online.
Okay, perfect. So
Okay, so
guys, the move I played was rook a2.
fantastic. Because if you take with the rook, c1 queen ends the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he must, if he takes with the queen, again c1 queen, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this happened, but like we'll first see what he played. So he first played rook g3 check.
Okay.
King h5. He played one more once again rook h3 check. King g5. We basically repeated once because we are in severe time pressure. So he played rook g3 again, king h5.
Okay.
Yeah. Finally, he thought for a few seconds and decided to go with queen into a2.
Mm-hmm. He could have taken a
Uh,
draw, but he continued to play.
yeah, he wanted to play. Yeah. So I gave c1 queen, rook into c1, queen into a2.
Okay.
Guys, now is the question. It's white to play. What will you play here?
White to move here and win. Oh, Shiv Shom is very strong. You know, he's found the move. Shiv, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sumedh, good job. Varad Valde as well. Yeah,
Most guys found, I guess.
yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
suggesting rook to
Yeah.
g7.
Perfect. So guys, after rook g7 is just mate. There's no way to stop this despite having a queen.
Brilliant.
But funny thing is, Lalit didn't find this because that rook a2 shot itself was like it took him some time to adjust and then calculate.
I can,
So it was a bit complicated and yeah.
I can imagine Stanny making the move rook into a2 and opponent just getting very surprised. Yeah.
Well, this video is there in YouTube. I don't know, somebody from that Riga tournament has uploaded. So
Oh,
you
really?
guys who are interested about expression and all can check it out. It was funny. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Uh, yeah. So instead, he played Rook C5 here.
Mm-hmm.
But now the problem is it is still a draw. Yeah, I played Knight D7, Knight G7, and King H4.
It looks very
The point
scary.
is, if I play King H6, there is Rook H4 mate. Rook H5 mate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I play King H4, now his problem is he cannot play Rook H5 because of King G3. And if he goes Rook H3, there is King G4. And then there is no check.
Hmm.
Yeah. So finally, he decided to take a draw with Knight F5.
Very interesting game. Very nice game.
So yeah, this was a topsy-turvy game, but especially that knight near the king is something which you have to watch out for. Yeah. And
Yeah, same thing like in the previous example that we saw. This knight here
hmm,
created a lot of interesting possibilities.
yeah.
So the tricky chess, one of the key elements is to use your knight effectively.
Especially near the king, you should sense it that when the knight comes near the king, you should already get ready to, find tricks and, tricky moves.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now let's go to the last position. Yeah. So, guys, a question for you. Uh, so, this was a game played last year between Moisenko Alexander, who is like 26-30.
Hmm.
His opponent was an IM, I guess. His name was Corley K from Extracon Open, which is very strong tournament. I think Ragnananda won this last year. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he
Yeah.
won it.
So yeah, so this was the game, and white it was black to move here. Now my question is, uh, next 6 moves it was all about knight. Okay, where do you think the knight from b8 will land after next 5 moves? Just make a guess.
Something like this. I don't know. Usually you go that way, yeah?
Okay. I'll put it in a better way. Eventually, where will that knight end up? In which square will that knight on b8 will end up after 6 moves? Just make a guess.
Okay, very difficult to guess this. I'm assuming because it's you, it will end up somewhere here.
You never know. Yeah. So guys,
Okay.
just write a square. Where do you think that knight from b8 will end up eventually after next 6 moves?
Okay, where will the knight go? This knight from b8, usually the path taken by the knight is something like this, but now it's going to make 6 moves on trot, yeah, like back to back moves. So where will it go? Nilesh says on the same square. It will end up on the same square.
More tricks, Nilesh. You earned yourself some tricks.
Nice. Uh, Shiv Shom says na6 c7 e6 g5 e4. My God, Nilesh is smart.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Shiv
That's
Shom.
That's quite good. Shivshom on fire today, but not for this position. I mean, he was close, but not completely. Yeah.
Karthik S says the knight will end up on e6, f4, e3.
Mm, okay. Interesting. Any more suggestions?
No, f4, e3, b8 is the major suggestion by.
Okay. What do you think, Sagar? Where do you think the knight will eventually end up in
Yeah,
next
I'm
six
I'm
moves?
thinking
Five,
like
six.
for example, this route looks natural, but then
Mm-hmm.
you can jump here and then e4. Yeah, this is what I also agree with Shiv in a way. But I guess the knight
Okay.
is over active, so maybe he could land up somewhere else.
Yeah. So, okay, his opponent kind of sensed this. I assume he's also a tricky player. So, he just played knight a6.
Okay.
First threat is there is knight b4. So, Moisenko went a3, stopping that.
Mm-hmm.
And black played knight c7. Castle. And as we predicted, knight goes to e6. Yeah, and here Moisenko thought since bishop is on h4 and bishop is on d3, he can just blow up the center because all his pieces are in the game. Almost development is complete. Once the position opens, his attack will be very strong. So his strategical idea was to play f3 followed by e4. Okay. So he went with f3.
Mm-hmm.
And black played knight g5. Okay. Yeah, and here, yeah, Moisenko didn't worry about any of the threats. He played e4. Yes. So, guys, now's the moment. What do you think did his opponent play? Yeah.
Okay. Black to move here. It seems like white is in the
Yeah.
driver's seat because if you take fe4,
Yeah.
you have the central strong pawns.
And you have e5 threat coming up, so it's quite difficult to see this.
People are suggesting that the knight went out of the board after 6 moves.
They're close, very close. They are getting used to the Trickystan this thing, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we want. Yeah.
Yeah. I think by the end of 5 episodes, Indian chess will have many tricksters.
Will become more tricky. Yeah, trickier.
Yeah.
N into h3 is what everyone's saying. N fe4 according to Shiv, fe4 nh3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knight h3 and knight fe4 followed by knight h3. These are the two main options. D into e4, f into e4, ne4, ne4, nh3 is suggested by Varad Walde. Girish Vijayan says
Okay.
knight h3 directly.
And what about you, Sagar?
I have a
What about
feeling.
you?
I have a feeling that you have to mix up knight e4 and knight h3. But if you play
Mm-hmm.
knight h3 first, then knight e4 is not possible because queen on d8 will hang. So first take knight
Yeah.
fe4 and then nh3.
Okay. Yeah. So for those who said direct knight h3, there is a drawback with this move. Direct knight h3, gh3, bishop h3. You're not achieving much. Like there's just rook f2. Yeah, and you just have a bishop on h3, but what are you going to do about it? It's not going to make much of a progress. So direct knight h3 is not the right move order. And somebody said de4. You said something, no, Sagar? De4, de4, then knight h3,
Yeah,
something like that you said.
d4, fe4, knight e4, knight e4,
Yeah,
knight
now
h3.
I'll take knight. Yeah, but now the problem is after gh3, queen h4, I'm losing bishop on d6.
Ah.
Yeah. So I mean, you won't be able to checkmate your opponent because you already lost many pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, for those of you who found knight of e4, including Sagar, great.
Tricks.
This is
Some
what
tricks to
his
you.
opponent. Yeah. So after knight of e4, now the point is fe4 is more or less forced, right?
Yeah, if knight takes.
So pawn into, I think it's the same. Knight takes pawn into, and I'll take knight into h3.
And here you are
So
simply
I'm just
winning. Yeah.
yeah.
Because after
So
knight h3,
for white it was
gh3, bishop
gh3
is
queen.
hanging.
Yeah.
So he took fe.
He took fe, and now his opponent went knight h3, g into queen h4. Okay, there's one more nice move coming up here. After queen h4, white played rook f2, bishop h3.
I was wondering if
and
e5 is possible here. Just
I would still play. Well, I can always take rook into e5 followed by bishop c5 check.
Oh,
So e5 is not a problem.
wow. Wow. And then if king moves, there is queen h3 mate.
Yeah, just queen h3 mate. Yeah.
So rook f2.
So rook f2. Yeah, and black played bishop h3. So almost all his pieces are coming now. And white brought the last piece to the game, but actually it was of no use. He played rook d1. Yeah. And guys, can you find a very nice tricky move here which black played?
So black to move here.
It's black to move. Yeah.
Whoa. What should black do here? I think this is a perfect move. Like you end the stream on a high. So this is the move which you
Yeah.
guys should find. Everyone try to focus completely and try to find what is the best move here. Black to play.
Should we give it as a homework, Sagar? What do you think?
Well, whatever you say. But I think it's something that they will find it, yeah? Not as tough as A4 like last time.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Varad Valde has found it very good. Shiv Shom, fantastic. Who else has? Murugan has found this. Karthik S says Rook e6. Karthik, you need to be a little bit more tricky here. Rook e6 seems like a less tricky move than what Stanny has in mind. Ashutosh Agarwal, very good. Nihilesh, well done. Indrajit Tomar. Well, Rook e6 looks like the natural move for many of them.
But rook e6, you want to go to g6 square, right?
Yeah.
Now the problem is I can play a move like cd5. And actually there is no threat on g6. I mean, this should be still clearly winning for black, but your threat of checkmating won't work right now.
Yeah.
So not rook e6. Yeah. For the best move was spectacular rook e5, which was very nice. Very happy most of you found this.
I would say there's this game Amanoto versus Vinay Kumar Matta. If anyone is interested, please have a look at that game. Has a very similar theme. Amanoto is white, Vinay Kumar Matta is black. Okay.
And black won in that game.
Yeah. Vinay Kumar won that game. Beautiful
okay.
game.
Perfect.
Okay, so take.
Okay, so white took d5, bishop c5, and the finishing is very nice. So now I'm threatening queen f2. So white played knight d4, bishop d4. Again, there is queen g3 check, and bishop f2 is a threat. So white went rook d d2. So queen g3 check. King h1, bishop g4, and now the threat is bishop f3, rook into f3, queen g1 is a mating net.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So white played bishop f1. Yeah, and guys, find the mate. Find the mate here. Don't write one move. You have to write the whole sequence.
Write the full.
It's I think mate in. It's I think mate in 3.
Mate in 3 here, guys. Mate in 3. How should you mate your opponent in 3 moves? Look at how black is a rook down and has only 3 pieces into the game. He doesn't even care about getting his rook into the game, but just these 3 pieces are enough.
But remember, Sagar, this was all started with 2 knights. The knight on b8, did you even imagine it would explode like this? It would go to, from b8 it went to h3, and then just that's it.
Amazing. Yep. Shiv Shom, bishop f3, Shreyas GS, Varad Valde. Very good, guys. Taranpreet Sahani. No, don't sacrifice your queen with queen f3. Come on. That is a bit
Guys,
too much.
you have to remember knight sacrifice itself. Rook was sacrificed. They all sacrificed themselves. Finally, if you give queen also, there's nothing to checkmate.
Yeah, Nihilesh, you are right. Ajay Baradia, yeah, you are right. S. Murugan, Evgeny Slutskar, very good guys. Bishop F3 check.
Yeah, bishop f3. Bishop g2 is the only move because rook into f3 runs into queen g1. And rook g2 is queen h3 mate. So, yeah. So, white played bishop g2, queen h3, king g1, and final nail in the coffin, queen g2.
Brilliant, brilliant. Guys, let's give a
Yeah.
big round of applause to Stanny. I think Stanny OP in the chat because he has selected some amazing positions. Amazing. There are so many nice tricks to learn, but I think one of the main things is that he covered it up with a very nice theme that the knights which are close to the king lead to some very tricky chess. Brilliant.
Yeah. So I think two things you can learn from today, guys. Like the first two example was all about reverse psychology, where if you know that you are in a dominating position, just pause for a second and think whether your opponent can do anything at all. If not, then just make a waiting move so that the pressure even builds further. So this was one, and the last three examples were all about knights. When you see that your knight can go near opponent's king, try to find the tricks there because in general there will be some trick motive involved. So that's the thing. Yeah. And
Brilliant.
okay, Sagar, can I pitch the product? I
Yes,
think
yes,
before
yes.
we
There is so
so
please let people know.
yeah. So guys, there is a course called Connect courses. The website link is given below, and it is a video course on starting from the beginning, like how one can start chess for those who are looking how to start chess, what are the platform, what are the materials one have to see. I think we have covered like 4 hour lecture. And you know, Sagar, to be honest, I never thought of promoting it because in general I didn't know whether it will appeal to the audience. Because I can understand if the level of topic is advanced, I can judge from the players. But this was for somebody from a beginner level to someone up to 1300 level, 13 1400. So I was not very sure how it will be received. You know, once a gentleman named I think his name is Abhinav Tandon, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So he messages me. He's just a Facebook friend, and he just said, "I just saw your video, and I have a 5-year-old son. I just thought I'll teach him chess. Those lessons actually on a daily basis, I look through it, then I teach it to my son. He catches it very fast. So I think if you can do it in such a well structured manner, you had to be happy about yourself." So he sent me that nice message, and that's where I thought, okay, it has all the potential to help many people get into chess. So I
Yep.
thought that's where I hit upon this idea of promoting it in your platform. So
Brilliant.
yeah, so
Brilliant.
for those of guys looking for a way to start chess, I think you guys have to check this out. Yeah.
And also, Stanny, the way he teaches, you see from the video, very calm, very collected, has very good preparation, good positions to show, and I think the same would be in the course as well. So please have a look at the course. And I think if I can share my screen with the viewers here, maybe I can make you a little bit uh, smaller here, Stanny. I'll put you above me, so then I can share the
Mhm.
screen and then people can have a look at. Okay.
By the way, guys, the books which you can see behind me, half of them are brought from Chessbase India. So, I mean, you if you guys like reading books, definitely you have to check the Chessbase India website because they're giving it at very affordable price and quality books. So, I would highly recommend.
Yep. Thank you, Stany. And this is the course that you can see. Let
Yeah.
me just check if it is visible in the stream. And here you can see this is Stanny's video. Yeah, perfect. So this is connectcourses.in, and you can go here and get this course. And there's also
Do you want to play chess like the
Yeah,
very
that's a
best?
small trailer.
Hi, I am Stany GA, a chess grandmaster and your instructor for this course.
Yeah, I think it will help for parents who want to teach their children. I think they will find it even more useful. So, yeah, for parents who are looking at ChessBase India right now, do have a look.
right. So these are all the lessons here. So please go and have a look. And by the way, guys, check out the link in the description. And now, if you have nothing much to do, then there are two options to you. One is to go to Vidit Gujarati's channel here. I think he is live. Wolf Pack. Oh, the Wolf Pack. Okay. That's a nice name.
What's the wolf pack?
These three
So
people.
these three call themselves wolf pack.
Yeah. Wolf Pack, and
Okay.
they are Vidit, Timur, and Anish on here. And we have, if you go to Surya's channel, there you have
If you play something
Surya and Hari. Man, what a time to be.
Golden time for chess.
A golden time to be chess players. Everyone. I would say if you want entertainment, go to Vidit's channel. If you want to learn something, go to Surya's channel. But wherever you go, enjoy yourself and enjoy chess. Stany, thank you so much for coming today.
Guys,
Yeah.
Sagar, before we leave, what about the main word which they have to type? That's the keyword which we use in Trickystan.
What is it?
Before you sign off.
What is it?
I told last time. Do you remember?
Tricky.
It's the sentence we use while signing off.
Yeah. Let the tricks be with you. No, may the tricks be with you, like
So
may
guys,
the force be with you.
You can type it down so that the tricks spread all around, and may the tricks be with all of you.
Fantastic. Okay, guys. So may the tricks be with you. And next Wednesday we'll be back with part 3. And I hope that all of you will join with us. And thank you so much, Stany. Take care.
Yeah,
Good
perfect.
day.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks, Sagar. Bye, all the Trickysans. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, that was a great lesson. Well, with it, Surya, two options. Make your choice and be there and enjoy. And also make sure that you like this stream. Let me put the black screen. Like the stream, and also make sure that you follow ChessBase India and get Stanny's course, because I think he's doing a fantastic job of training and teaching us a lot of things. So if you are somewhere in the range of beginners to 1400 level, I think you will enjoy the courses as mentioned by Stanny. Okay, so thank you all. Bye bye.